Hi, everybody. This is Dawn Mitchell, and welcome to Dawn of Sports. We are talking to a gold medal winner. We have Liam Cunningham. He is joining us from the U.S. Sled hockey team, fresh out of the Paralympics, fresh back at school at St. Thomas Academy. I don't know how he squeezed us in, but we're talking all things sled hockey coming up.
That's right. Thanks to Liam for joining us. This is Dawn of Sports. She's Dawn Mitchell from Fox 9. You know her, of course. I'm Jim Souhan from the Star Tribune. This is TalkNorth.com, our podcast network that includes people like Michael Russo, John Krasinski, Dawn Mitchell, Mark Rosen, Lavelle E. Neal III, Royce Smalley, Jeff Diamond, Alec Lewis. Outdoor content. If you find a show you like, please subscribe to it. It's the easiest way to listen, and we do appreciate it. We're coming to you from the Aquarius Home Services studio. And now back to Dawn and Liam.
All right. Well, I am so excited, Liam, to have you on our podcast today. I was watching every single game. You guys just blew it out of the park, coming home with gold from the Paralympics over in Italy. Congratulations. You must be exhausted but thrilled right now. How are you?
Yeah, definitely pretty wore down. I just got back from spring break actually yesterday. So I haven't really had a break, but good to be finally home. Back in class today was nice, but yeah, just super pumped still.
Well, I'm sure spring break hits a little different when you've got some gold around your neck, right? I mean, how much of a relief was it to go on vacation knowing you set out to do what you wanted to do?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was good to see everyone once they got out there and they're like, yeah, awesome winning. And it was kind of like, yeah, a good thing we won. I mean, it was a way better vacation with that feeling. So,
well, a lot of people are wanting to know more about you. You're like, oh, they're Googling you. Like, who's this Lamb guy? So for those of you that are listening, you were raised in River Falls, Wisconsin, then recently moved to Minnesota. And I know that you have been a Wild fan, though, since you were a kid. Yep. And you went into their sled hockey program. Let's talk about your love for the Wild and then wanting to get into hockey. I know you have two older brothers, too. So, you kind of have to fight for position at home as well. Yeah. How was that growing up and loving hockey so much?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in a hockey family in the Midwest, I mean, obviously love the Wild. I have a younger half brother now, too, that plays. So all of us love the game. And yeah, finding the Wild sled hockey program was pretty awesome. I started when I was just about to turn 7. So I've been playing for a while now, and that program has just done so much for me, and being close to home was pretty awesome.
You've been dealing with so much and you're so mature for your age. That's what I keep hearing from like your coaching staff and from other people who have met you. And I know as a 17-year-old, you're like, I don't want to hear that I'm mature. I just want to be like the guy that I am. But yeah. You were born with a degenerative bone disorder. So basically, without using a technical term, I'll leave that for you. You can explain exactly what the name is, but brittle bones in your legs. So what it was like when you were younger to be able to play stand-up hockey, and then you've had to adapt. That must have been so difficult for someone so young.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, playing stand-up hockey as a kid, I think every kid has that dream, like you want to go to the NHL, you want to play for the Wild. And then, I kind of lost that dream. Like they kind of got taken away from me. So I was kind of in the dumps about it for a while, but then my parents did a lot of research. Shout out to them. They've helped me so much. And finding that Wild sled hockey program was awesome. And I still play for them today. I play some club hockey with them. But then obviously once I saw that first Paralympic Games and seeing the highest stage of the sport was pretty cool, and kind of like the NHL of it was always a goal to get to that level. So to be there now is pretty cool.
Well, absolutely. I mean, back when you were even younger, didn't you won the national championship in like 4th grade, right? So that you kind of like had the hunger for the winning, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Who do you fashion your game after? I think I read that Jonas Brodin is one of your favorites. I'm sure now being a defenseman, you're looking at Quinn Hughes, and who are these your favorite players right now?
Yeah. I mean, I'll look at the U.S. Olympic team, like watching Zach Wierenski is pretty awesome. And I've always been a Charlie McAvoy fan too. He made sure to give us a call before our final game, which was pretty cool. But yeah, all those guys, obviously Quinn, now that he's on the Wild, is great for them. And he's so fun to watch. And I'd love to be the kind of player they are at some point in my career. So.
And so when you're watching these players, what about their game? I know that being a blue liner, right, you kind of have to have your wits about you and poise. But what do you think you take from their games, from watching, and what you've kind of formed into your own game? Because you're powerful, but you're also poised.
Yeah, I think like right when I made the team, I was a little more anxious out there. And I think watching a higher level of hockey has kind of made me realize you need to be not relaxed back there, but you need to have confidence. And with the puck, I mean, like you said, you need to have poise and just be patient until the right opening. And I think they showcase that very well, and I can learn from them.
Well, I know that you have many defensive pairings, but I love the fact that many times you're with the captain, Josh Pauls, and he's like 32, right? So he's like your dad's age, I'm sure, or like an uncle, like Unc out there on the ice. How has that been for you?
Yeah, Josh, he's a great captain. He's great leader on our team, and getting to play with him has been pretty special. I think he's kind of said this was his last game, so getting to spend these last couple of years with him has been pretty special and definitely an honor. And that goes with a lot of guys on our team. Like we have so many older guys that I can learn from, not only like on the ice, but also off the ice. Just great people that have kind of made me the guy I am today. So I appreciate them so much.
What's maybe one of the number one things you've learned from the veterans that way?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with our team is like everyone's kind of, and the whole sport of sled hockey, like everyone has gone through hardship and has worked through it. And I think we all kind of live by just staying positive. I mean, there's gonna be tough times in life, and we've all been through that with our disabilities, and just trying to stay positive. I mean, being negative will only hurt things. So just trying to stay positive through the highs and lows has been a big lesson.
So what can you say to those that are listening, especially some of these, younger boys that might find themselves in a similar situation where they, I hate to say disability because that's ability on the ice that I agree. Most able-bodied people can do, right? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say just find a passion and don't let anything hold you back. Like there's so many, I mean, if you're a sports guy or gal, there's so many adaptive sports out there to try. But I mean, there's just so much you can do, and don't let anyone tell you no. I mean, just find something you love and find a passion and work hard at it.
Your journey, I know, took you through Gillette Children's Hospital and still very much affiliated with them today. Yep. So can you take us back to your first few young years there and how much they have meant to you and what you went through there?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I got to experience stand-up hockey, and that was the first time I broke my leg, actually. And then I had my first x-ray in Stillwater, and then once they saw there was more of an issue than a broken leg, I was sent to Gillette. And I had 16 surgeries through Gillette, along with many broken bones, and they had done so much for me. I mean, many overnights that they were always there for me, always supporting me, and now I actually did a couple of interviews with them after the games, which was pretty cool.
Awesome!
So yeah, I mean they've done so much for me, and I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today physically without them. So I very much appreciate them.
What is the main thing that you do now to keep yourself strong for the future?
Yeah, obviously lower body isn't a huge factor in the game of sled hockey, but I think that's one thing people don't think about is like, we got to think after the sport, like life after the sport. So I'm always working to keep my legs built up enough, you know. I obviously want to walk my whole life, and I'm a big golf guy actually. So I think that helps with my lower body. I get a lot of walking in, and it strengthens them as well. So
Well, mentally, that's got to be something for you to overcome, right? Do you ever had to get to that point where you don't want to psych yourself out, right? Like, yeah, walking strengthens me, but I don't want to do something that's going to cause another break. How do you balance that in your mind?
yeah, for sure. I think I've built a pretty good gauge of what I can and can't do. Like, I stay away from trampolines and stuff like that.
Well,
But
so
I'm
do
also
I, but
not.
that's a whole different reason. Yeah, yeah.
I'm also not gonna like limit myself. Like, I'm gonna have fun. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a kid, and I don't want to, just shut myself down. And I realize, like, sometimes if things happen, they happen, and that's just what it is. But yeah, I mean, I try to have fun, but I also know my limits.
Well, that must be for your parents, not that you can speak for them, but there must be a fear for them too, seeing how aggressive you are in sled hockey, right? Like, please don't break anything. How is it? How are they to you? I know that they must worry, but they're also so proud. That's a fine line for them too, especially as you get older. You're 17 years old, so
Yeah,
it's kind of a fine line for all of that, isn't there?
yeah, they've been great. I mean, um, obviously super caring, and have done so much for me for sled hockey. But also, like, I think the first time they saw me in a sled and they saw all the older guys banging around and hitting, once I was protected, and shin pads, and now we have custom sleds that wrap around my whole leg, so nothing's really going to happen. I mean, once they saw that level of the game, I think they fell in love with it, and they kind of just let me go. I mean, they've just been so great, and I don't know if there's much worry when I'm on the ice. I think they're all for the contact. So
More with Liam and Dawn shortly. We do want to let you know we're coming from the Aquarius Home Services studio. Here's more about Aquarius Home Services. And Liam, I had a question for you. What was your Olympic experience like? Because I've covered everything from curlers to Lindsey Vonn being an international superstar, and I'm sure they always told me what their Olympics were like, and they were all very different depending on their sport, level of fame, level of funding in their sport. What was your Olympic experience like?
yeah, it was pretty cool. So I think all the skiers and curlers, they were in a different village than us. I think they were down in Cortina. So we were the only team actually in Milan. It was us and all the 7 other hockey teams. So our village, like, wasn't packed with people. But still, like, walking around and seeing all the other countries and their gear and stuff was pretty cool. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole trip. But another thing, like, our village was right in the city of Milan. So if we had some downtime or an off day, for example, a couple of guys would get in groups and Uber down to the city and check it out. And it was pretty cool down there too. We felt all the support of the people of Italy, and a lot of our families got to come in too. So seeing all of them in that downtime was pretty cool.
Wow. I mean, you're only 17 years old. First of all, we know you're the youngest on the sled team. Weren't you the youngest in the entire Paralympics? Weren't you the youngest one in Milan?
I'm not sure. I knew maybe there was a younger guy on the Japanese team. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but
Okay. But
one of
still.
them, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really worried about that, but
No, but it's a feather in your cap. Like, think of how
yeah, I
many
mean, I'll
years
take
now
it.
you
Yeah,
have, right? That you can do
yeah.
this again. Like, how cool was that? Like, to kind of be like, all right, I'm willing to put in the hard work, and I'm good enough to make this team, even though I'm just a teenager.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I've said it a lot. Like, I grew up watching, like our captain Josh and Declan and Jack, all of our studs, and now getting to play with them is kind of surreal. Like, I sometimes I have to stop and look around and kind of realize what's going on, and not take anything for granted. I mean,
Yeah, I think I heard somewhere that they were like, well, we didn't, maybe it was for the World Championships. Like, we didn't really plan on having me on the roster. We wanted him over there just to kind of get what the experience would be like. And then like, they couldn't let you go. Like, you played your way on and you're like, I'm not going anywhere, basically, with your play. That's just kind of how your personality is, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was part of the tryout process, that tournament in the Czech Republic. And I kind of went into it like, play as well as you can and give them a reason to take you. And thankfully enough, they did. And they gave me a chance. And I just, I guess I didn't want to take advantage of that chance. I wanted to work hard and really earn that spot and go with it. Yeah.
Well, like you were just telling Jim about what it was like to be over there. The groundswell, first of all, the women win the gold. And then, the men's win the gold, then the sled hockey. Like, did you feel that pressure? I mean, I know you felt that excitement, right? But you're like we're the third of the trifecta here. What was that like? I know people say, pressure is a privilege, but how did that feel over there?
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously we saw the media stuff, like going for the 3P, like it's never happened before. But we really just tried to focus on our game. I mean, we knew we'd beaten Canada and Czech and China and all those teams before. So going into it, I think like little nerves, but like you said, I think we were more excited and we were playing with confidence, and it's hard to beat us when we have that. So
how does it feel to hear your own anthem, to be knowing that you're part of a team that won it, but then to finally hear that anthem?
Yeah, singing it together. It was pretty cool. Wearing the red, white, and blue is always something you can't take advantage of. I mean, you never know when it's going to end. And hearing the anthem was just a lot of pride. I mean, we all love our country, and getting to win for the country was pretty awesome in that moment.
And you had mentioned that, like, for Josh, it was probably his last. You guys were going for the 5th straight for you guys. Yeah. It's almost like Hillary Knight all over again, right? It's like, okay, you got to win one for the Gipper. How much of an added amazingness was that?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, like, our captain Josh, he was on all 5 of those teams. So it was pretty emotional for all of us to get him that 5th one. And then obviously we had 4 rookies on our team, and having us all getting our first, he was loving that. And I mean, the brotherhood on our team is pretty deep. I mean, we're all close. So getting the 5th was pretty cool. I mean, it feels pretty dominant right now. Like we couldn't lose, I feel like.
Well, that's a good feeling to have, right? They always say the loosest teams and the most confident, right? They usually, they enjoy it along the way. You don't have to say, well, I'll enjoy it after. You're like, we had fun the entire way, which not every team can say. That's when you know that you're kind of at the pinnacle as a team together, right?
Yes, I agree, 100%.
Well, let me ask you a little bit more about your brothers. I have 4 of them, but I'm a girl. So my experience with 4 brothers, obviously different, but hey, I ended up in sports, shocking.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, you're the baby. I am now because I stayed the same age. I had a couple of twins in there. But being the youngest brother, tell us a little bit about your brothers and that relationship and how you guys are now. And now you said you even have a stepbrother. So you get... or a half brother, you guys kind of have that bond. But what's it like trying to find your order? It's got to be loud, it's got to be fun. But what's it been like?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're all my best friends. I think they'd say the same about me. Like growing up with Bobby and Patrick, we were all so tight. I mean, we had a lot of ups and downs coming up, but we were always by each other's sides, and like hockey really brought us together. I think like whenever I would have a surgery and was out for sled hockey, they would always have games, and I loved the game. So I would always go and watch. I mean, I grew up in a rink watching them, and outdoor ice with them too. Like I grew up playing with Bobby and Patch, and now that they're off to college, I'm skating with my younger half brother Cam now all the time on the outdoor ice. So, yeah, I mean, we're my best friends, and I wouldn't trade him for the world. That connection we have.
That is super cool, especially like you said, to be outside, inside. You're now passing down the competitiveness to Cam, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like now you're the older, right? You're kind of taking on that role. How has that been?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I had good role models to learn from, so I'm hoping I'm treating them well.
So I mentioned off the top of this that you go to St. Thomas Academy, I know after covering some teams, and this is so fitting from just knowing your story, at STA, they like to say the development of character. What have you gleaned from that? Like, what have you seem to like embody that, but what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything. I think they want every cadet in the freshman class to buy into that motto, like developing boys into men of character. And I think we all bought in, and it shows. I mean, the brotherhood inside the school is awesome, but I think it shows outside the hallways. Like we try to just be the best guys we can. And and I hope it's rubbing off. So.
Well, you went back to school. You must be the big man on campus now. How's the reception been back?
Yeah, it was good to be back, seeing everybody. A lot of support. I mean, they were all watching. And yeah, it just feels good to see everybody and celebrate with them.
Do they ask you to bring the gold medal so they can get pictures and stuff like that? What's that like? Or are you like, no, I'm keeping it under lock and key?
No, I actually brought it in today and showed everybody, so that was pretty cool.
You
all
did?
The hockey guys loved it, of course, so it was good.
Was there anyone, this was me many, many years ago, one of the Gopher women, she was a goaltender for Finland, and so I didn't want to touch it. Like I said, yeah, I'm going to wear it, and she goes, here, put it on, and I was like, whoa. Like for me, like I couldn't even touch it because I felt like I didn't do anything to earn it. Like, and from what I'm understanding, like I'm the weirdo in the room, right? Everyone's like, oh, I put that thing on and touched it. And then future, I have met some other gold medal winners from different sports, whether it's track, and I'm okay. But that first time I'm around any kind of an Olympic medal, I was in awe so much I wouldn't touch it. Have you experienced that at all from anyone that's been talking to you?
Yeah, some of my buddies and teachers are actually the same way today.
Really?
Obviously, I don't mind for them to touch it or put it on, whatever. But yeah, believe it or not, some of them didn't want to touch it, but a lot of my buddies loved it. They put it on, wore it around the halls and stuff.
Oh, that's funny, so great.
Yeah.
That means so much to be able to share it. Not only, like you said, your family went over there, but to be able to bring it back to your high school and share it. It's almost like winning it all over again on a whole different level, right?
Yeah, that's for sure how it felt.
Oh my goodness. Well, Liam, thank you so much. I know that we've been wanting you on even before you went over to Italy, and then just following your whole progress through the games and to come back with gold, knowing it's just incredible. I'm so happy for you. You deserve it all. You must be loving life right now.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks. We'll have you on again next year after you win, in 4 years after you win another one, right?
Sounds awesome.
This will become a tradition unlike any other.
That's right. That's right. It's like, okay, I'll go over, I'll win, and then I'll be on a podcast.
Yep.
Liam, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.